At 5:30 in the morning, this American home looked perfectly normal. But inside, a family was already gone. And the man standing here was the reason they would never return. On August 13th, 2018, a pregnant woman and her two young daughters vanished from their home in Frederick, Colorado. No signs of a struggle, no forced entry, no explanation, only silence. The Watts family had always appeared happy. Smiling photos, birthday videos, a third child on the way. To neighbors, they were just another quiet family in a quiet town. But behind closed doors, everything was unraveling. Money problems, emotional distance, and a secret relationship no one knew about. Chris Watts wanted a new life, but instead of leaving, he chose something far darker. In the early hours of that morning, Shanann Watts returned home from a business trip. She was 15 weeks pregnant. By sunrise, she and her daughters had disappeared. Their car remained in the driveway. Her phone lay untouched. Her purse and medication were still inside. To investigators, this wasn't a disappearance. It was a warning sign. Adults don't vanish without essentials, and mothers don't leave their children behind. Chris Watts spoke to police calmly. Almost too calmly, he said he had no idea where his family was. Hours later, he stood in front of television cameras, asking for their safe return. But something felt wrong. There were no tears, no panic, just nervous smiles and strange laughter. Viewers across the country felt it. Something wasn't adding up. Then police reviewed a neighbor's security footage. It showed Chris backing his truck into the driveway early that morning, a routine he never followed before. The case shifted instantly. Investigators asked Chris to take a polygraph test. He agreed, confident, relaxed. And then, he failed. When confronted, his story changed. He claimed his wife had harmed their children, that he had reacted in rage, but the evidence didn't support his words, and the pressure became unbearable. Finally, the mask slipped. Chris Watts confessed, not only to killing his wife, but to murdering his two daughters, his own children. Their bodies were found at an oil site owned by his employer, a place only he had access to, a place chosen for one reason, to hide the truth. The nation was stunned. A father, a husband, someone trusted. Chris Watts pleaded guilty. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. No trial, no escape, no second chance. His motive was disturbingly simple. He wanted freedom, and he was willing to destroy his entire family to get it. The Watts family murders are a reminder of something terrifying. Evil doesn't always come from strangers. Sometimes it lives inside the home, behind smiles, behind ordinary lives. This was the Watts family tragedy, a crime that still haunts America.